What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop an upload. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos a week, man. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content. Tap in with this content, man. But I ain't gonna hold you. We're gonna get straight to the video today, man. I hope y'all having a smooth 7. But let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
This has got to be the most foul thing I've ever seen. Look at all this nasty water. But wait, there's more, bro. Ew. What the
Yo, was that a worm? Something was moving.
You're okay. Did you call 911?
You call 911?
Dominic, I got a blanket in the back of the car.
yeah,
Dominic, I got a blanket in the car. You're okay.
Oh, man. Damn. Baby in the street. This is what we doing. You can know.
Did you call 911?
Yeah.
You didn't call them?
Call him now. Damn, man. That's what we do now. Baby in the street.
Bring it over here, huh?
That's what people do now, you feel me? Leaving their kids in the street.
I was driving and...
That's my baby, that's my baby, that's my baby, that's my baby. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Now look, I don't know the circumstances behind that scenario, but to me there is no reason why you should be trying to get to the club when your baby that young. Unless you may have let the baby be babysat by your mama or something, and your mama reliable, because you know you can trust moms most of the time. Some people don't. No offense, I'm just saying some people don't have that. Me, I was blessed to have a mother who, if I had a child, I could let my mom babysit and I can go out. But that ain't something that I would feel comfortable doing, especially at that age. That's a baby still. And it's 2 a.m. I hope she didn't let the baby go to sleep, think the baby was going to sleep all the way through the night and she was going to be able to get in and get out. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the circumstances, but there ain't really no good excuse as a parent. Because that baby didn't ask to come here. The baby wasn't like, can I come? Nah, you did that and the baby came based off your actions. So it's like, I don't know, man. That's like some Boys in the Hood type stuff. Like, I know y'all remember Boys in the Hood. I know y'all remember that happening in the scene when Trey picked the baby up. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
How important the next couple weeks are going to be for the entire human race. You got to watch this whole video. You got to hear me out. I'm not even asking you to outright believe everything I'm about to tell you. All I'm asking you to do is consider the possibility that it is true. Lately, I've been telling everyone to get as much Terrence Howard as they possibly can, Maine, and there's a really good reason for it. If you haven't watched the Joe Rogan episode with Terrence Howard, I highly recommend that you do. Watching that podcast and this video together are going to help you to tap into very deep truths about reality. Now, this is where it gets really meta. In the episode of Joe Rogan, Terrence Howard talks about the morphogenic field. It would take me hours to explain everything there is to know about this field. I'm just going to give you the cliff notes that are absolutely important for you right now. If a particular crystalline structure has never formed on the Earth before, the chances that it will once are very low. But once it does form, just one time, the chance that it'll do it again increases exponentially. And it's not because the crystalline structure, the first one that forms, propagates more of them. It doesn't give birth to them. It doesn't duplicate itself. So there's no reason that the next crystalline structure of the same type should form any quicker than the first one did. But it does. And once that crystalline formation forms 2 times, the chances it'll do it a 3rd time is even better than the 2nd time. And you see an exponential curve of manifestation of a new structure. Now, it doesn't just work for structures. We're still talking about the morphogenetic field here. It also works with ideas. You may have heard about the numerous experiences that were proven over and over again that when they taught a particular species of animals in a certain locale, let's say on the mainland of Africa, if they taught them a certain new behavior, like teaching monkeys how to use sticks to get termites or teaching a crow about water displacement, members of the same species on other areas like islands and even other continents would pick up the behavior spontaneously. This is the same reason that when that first crystalline structure forms, it gives rise for the ability for that crystalline structure to form again and again at an exponential rate. Have you heard the story about the first person who ran the 4-minute mile? Before they did it, it was thought to be humanly impossible to run the 4-minute mile. Our bodies just couldn't do it. Luckily, there was a guy who didn't believe that. And he trained and he trained and he trained. And eventually he ran the 4-minute mile. And after he ran the 4-minute mile, 2 weeks later, somebody else did. What changed from when they thought it was humanly impossible to when many people started doing it? Nothing, except everyone started to believe it was possible. Human physiology didn't change, or maybe it did. Maybe the belief that we could do it actually changed our bodies. Or maybe we had a little mental limiter in our brain that stopped our bodies, stopped our muscles from being as strong as they could be. Hearing Terrence Howard out and everything that he has to say will open up new areas of your mind. It will take all those limiters off. You'll start to see the world in a new and expanding way. This is why they put so much terror and stress into the internet and the media and everywhere they possibly can, because they are terrified of the moment that someone gets the idea that they can be free, that they deserve all the knowledge and wisdom that is available in the world. Because once one person truly believes it, it'll be much quicker for the second person. When you start getting 2, 3, 4, 5, that exponential curve will turn the whole world over. And that's what they're truly terrified of. And people like Terrence Howard are people that are helping to turn that world over in the right direction. You can't even imagine how fast the liberation will happen. All you have to do is open your mind, open your ears, and believe in a new possibility. What's happening right now is going to make the enemy very desperate. So I predict that they're going to do something real wild in the next couple of weeks. We need to stay calm, to stabilize, to ignore them, to refuse them, and stay on the path where we all become enlightened, the path where we build a new world that is for everyone. They're going to be kicking and screaming in the corner. We have to ignore them.
And I like how he made that come full circle. He connected that.
You spoke on Just Blaze. Where Kanye West is now who Kanye West is, and Just Blaze is no longer in the picture. Who mechanization is that? Like, who had...
That was all Sean Carter's idea. Kanye went to the boule, and Justin did not. Justin was punished for being the true Hebrew king that he is. Kanye suffers from buyer's remorse. Just Blaze.
Please, yeah, please.
I used to love calling his phone because I liked listening to his voicemail because he will always have a different beat on his voicemail. I wish we heard a lot more about Justin's music. Takes nothing away from Kanye. I just think that a world with the both of them working in polarity would have been so much better for the community overall.
So check out this Tesla conspiracy theory out, y'all, and you're going to get a kicker out of this. Listen to this.
The conspiracy theory, I think, might be true. Last week, a Tesla crashed through a wall of my house. I was home when it happened. The first thing I did was check to make sure my roommate was okay. Then I called 911. Then I went outside and started taking pictures of the crash. My first picture was at 5:07 p.m. My first picture of the tow truck drivers trying to take the Tesla out of here was at 5:10 p.m. It had literally just happened minutes earlier, and so I was like, hey, can we pause for a second? Like, the cops are on their way right now, and the tow truck driver actually said to me, F you. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me, dude? Like, my house just got ran into. Have some empathy. And no joke, he goes, here's your empathy. And I was like, oh my God, you're being that much of a right now? And he goes, get the out of my way. And then he shoved me and he threatened to beat me up and kill me if I didn't let him get the car out of there. So my question is Tesla's automatic crash system alerting tow truck drivers, and are they offering them a bunch of money to get the car out of a situation before news cameras show up? They don't want any more negative press because those tow truck drivers were here so fast and they were so aggressive, there had to be a bunch of money on the line.
When you have that Elon Musk money, you can guarantee that tow trucks get there before the cops do to take care of the situation. But that right there is a crazy incident. Has anybody else ever experienced something like this, y'all? This is the first I've ever heard of this. And he literally has timestamps to show us what happened in the pictures. The tow truck was there at 5:10, literally 3 minutes after the crash. So unless that tow truck was chasing that car, then I don't see how that's possible, y'all. But let us know down in the comments below what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting times. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift, y'all. Peace in.
Now, I ain't had the tow truck involved, but I just told y'all in the past video I was sitting at the light and the Tesla I saw flying up the block. He stopped right behind me, and I'm chilling. And all I feel is a boom. He hit me. And he said he didn't hit me. I told y'all this. I said he said he didn't hit me. It was like a 17, 15, 16-year-old boy in the passenger. And the dad don't seem like he spoke English. And that's what pissed me off. And then the little boy started popping his shit. And that's what even got me more mad, because I almost forgot he was a kid. And then I was like, bro, y'all just hit me. Run that camera back, or I'm about to start doing some extra shit. So run the camera back. And then they ran the camera back and it showed he hit me, and he had the nerves. When I pulled up, he said he didn't hit me. And then he said, what are you talking about, bro? Run the camera. Then when I run the camera and he sees that he hit me, he says he didn't hit me. The car was parked and it went without them driving. If y'all got a Tesla out there, tell me if that is even possible. If like, cause we've seen clips where this has happened. We saw it leave the world behind, and the Teslas was flying off the handle. They was driving on their own, smashing into each other. So now we seeing it in real life. I'm experiencing something like that. Well, at least I was told that's what happened. I still don't believe it. Well, I'm 50-50, but it's just like, come on, bro. Like, what type of what? Yeah, y'all let me know, man, cause I know I experienced something similar, not to that extreme, but something similar. And that tow truck driver wouldn't have never said nothing like that to me. I'm sorry. It ain't going down like that.
Documentary was made of will be the most damning. If, like, out of people you know, if they were to make a documentary.
Sidney Poitier.
Oh, whoa. Was the Academy Award winner?
Yes. Because the shit that he did for them.
Oh.
Just so he could have his career. The things that he did to Eartha Kitt, the lies that he told on Ossie D and Ruby, Ossie Davis and Ruby D. There used to be a rumor in Black Hollywood that if Sidney Poitier showed up at your party, it's because they were watching you. And he carried that legacy until his 80s.
I have a massive update about the guy I saw with black eyes. I've been tossing this up in the air for a little bit, whether I should post the video or not. And I decided to, just because I promised a few people that I would keep them updated on what happened. I'm a little confused, I'm not gonna lie. I went into work this morning. My boss told me because Monday is a holiday, he's like, why don't you go ahead and do your Monday route today? That way we don't have to worry about it. Awesome. So I get in my van, I'm making deliveries. I had to stop at that guy's company. I didn't see him in the window. I dropped the part like normal. I got like maybe a mile down the road. I just pulled over because everything in my stomach, in my gut, in my heart was like, you know what? Maybe you should have done this before, but let's Google his name. And I Googled his name. I have more questions now than I did before. Because the first thing that popped up was his face. And underneath it, it said obituary, that he died in October of 23. Was I handing parts to a ghost? I'm 100% sure that I am of right frame of mind. I know I was handing that guy parts. And, you know, I try to do logical thinking, too, like people keep telling me to do. And I'm like, maybe he's got a twin brother. But in what family do you have twins and name them the exact same thing? So that kind of doesn't sit well with me. So that tells me that I handed my parts to somebody that died in October. How is that possible? The next time I see that company, I'm going to walk in and ask them about him. I'm just massively confused, but I wanted to share this because I don't know what to take of this, and I'm hoping for some opinions. I don't want to hear that schizophrenia crap because I know I don't have it. I'm not going to a psychiatrist. I don't need it. I know 110% that I was handing that guy the parts. I don't know. I honestly don't. I'm still not going to give up his name or his address, and now because of respect for his family, I'm at a loss for words. So if anybody knows any ideas, please message me, tell me. I am completely lost right now. I almost quit my job over it. Anyway, like I said, if you have any questions or you want to chime in on what you think it is, please do so. Until the next one, I love you all. God bless.
Y'all believe him? And I would have quit my job. I'm sorry.
Oh, I got some juice. You got a cup? Here's some things to look up. And quit being lazy, people. If you got time to comment, you got time to look things up. Look up Jim Carrey and Isaac Cappy. Listen to what Jim Carrey spoke to Isaac Cappy about for hours and who he was trying to get a deal with. Type in CNN Q Group from June 2013. Did you know about the 17th letter in 2013? Do you remember the police officer in the George Floyd case, Derek Chauvin, the one who was stabbed 22 times? Go look at who that person who stabbed him used to work for. And also look at Derek Chauvin Cryptic statement to George Floyd's family. Watch it.
Crazy. Yep. In Jamaica. Look at his eyes.
Man, this boy said a monkey. Hell nah. That shit worse than a monkey. And he looked like, I don't know, looked like he had goat ears. I don't want no parts of it. I don't care what it is. I don't want no parts of it.
Can you please help me find that TikTok of that guy saying when he was in elementary school, his teacher brought a live elf in her bag and pulled it out in class, and then it like ran out of the room. The elf was real and it ran out of the room.
And I would have ran out too.
Years old, kindergarten. And like, I feel like a lot of teachers will do the whole like fake, like green footprint thing. My teacher, her name was Miss McAwee, and we're all sitting in a circle around her chair. She pulls out a live leprechaun, like a foot tall, and she puts him on her knee, just looks at all of us, hops off his knee, and runs out of the classroom. Obviously, that sounds like nonsense, but I have multiple witnesses.
Well, the way it was told to me was like when we kind of figured out, it was so funny to me because you were afraid to like to say it out loud.
How many of y'all have actually seen a leprechaun? Or like fairies, little people, things like that, trolls, whatever the case, mythical creatures. Let me know if y'all have seen like a leprechaun. What was your experience? Because I told y'all in previous videos, I used to be scared of the movie The Leprechaun. I'm talking about absolutely afraid. So, can y'all let me know what was the experience like when y'all came in contact with some of these beings? Whether it's a fairy, they call fae, trolls, little people, leprechauns. Let me know, like, what was the experience like? Was it pleasant? Was it rough? Like, was you lucky to still be here? Like, tell me, let me know, man. Let me know. Do y'all believe him though? Y'all think it was a leprechaun in her bag? I'm learning that anything is possible on this planet. Anything is possible here. So, I'm not gonna say he lying. But all I know, if I had saw a leprechaun, 1 foot come out my teacher's bag, as soon as that leprechaun run out that door, I'm probably running straight to the front office, and I'm going home. I'm calling moms. Mom, you gotta come get me. I don't feel good. I'm probably not even gonna tell her, because I was that kid. I ain't really tell her, not lie, but I didn't really tell her the truth, because I know my mom she get too cautious, too overprotective.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Now You See Me 2? There's a part at the end of the movie where Morgan Freeman said, "Seeing is believing, but is seeing truth." And then I recollect what Terrence Howard said about how our eyes lie to us. And then in this movie, you know, the secret group of magicians is called the Eye. Hove, if you know, you know. Then you have the Eye, that's the Masonic one. And a whole lot of eyes that are in the occult lore. You guys ever wonder why it's the Eye? What are we called? The observers. And everyone thinks that has evil connotation, right? But the more I think critically, the more I realize is that all that I represents is none of this exists unless we observe it. And they want us to think it's an evil thing, an evil symbolism, just like the snake is evil, just like the Baphomet is evil, just like 666 is evil. And religion is good. Remember, when you wake up, this is upside down world. It really is. And the religious people will be like, "Oh, you're falling for the deception." No, I'm not. I'm just thinking for myself and not going with what the fuck I'm told. And there's freedom in that. Question everything. Even things that you're MK Ultra to. Predictively programmed to. Seeing is believing. But is seeing truth. There's so many layers to that. Because all this shit is a hologram and isn't really there. Through empty space in between subatomic particles. But we see it. Message. Dwell on that for the day. Peace to the gods.
Did you know there was an electric moving sidewalk 123 years ago at the World's Fair in Paris, stretching 543 acres along the Seine River? The grounds of the 1900 Exposition Universelle were the biggest in history. And just like all the other World's Fairs, almost everything was destroyed afterwards, including this incredible electric moving sidewalk. It was elevated above the street on a 23-foot tall iron viaduct and consisted of 3 sections. One was stationary while the other ones moved continuously at 3 miles per hour and 6 miles per hour. The 2.5-mile loop was constructed around the perimeter of the central square. Using the 6 miles per hour walkway allowed visitors to circumnavigate the square in roughly 25 minutes, all while standing still and sightseeing. The predecessor of this walkway was at an earlier Chicago World's Fair. Along the same route but moving in the opposite direction was an elevated railway system that visitors could use to get around more quickly. However, the electric walkway could accommodate up to 14,000 people at one time. On its busiest day, it carried 70,000 people in one afternoon. The gigantic scale of the exposition made it virtually impossible to see everything, which is why the Rue de l'Avenir was so popular. It was both convenient and entertaining. One visitor described it as a giant wooden snake with its tail in its mouth. At Ouroboros of Paris, we're told that this structure was only temporary, but it had iron foundations just like the Eiffel Tower, and many other masterpieces of architecture that were destroyed. Even the Eiffel Tower was supposed to be demolished. Most of these things would probably still be standing today, and would be iconic landmarks like the Eiffel Tower turned out to be. These events are the plot holes of history. You really have to ask yourself, why would they destroy such amazing things? And why is it the same story all over the world?
I'm curious, man. For one, I'm gonna go ahead and say it pisses me off. Stuff like that was destroyed. But it made me wonder, either they knew that they couldn't recreate that, and we would start asking questions or rebel against that, or they just wanted to destroy it because, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, it just makes me so mad, the fact that we were so advanced. And we let them take it. We let them take advantage of that and took it from us. And now, like you would have thought, like a walkway or a sidewalk like that moves 3 to 6 miles per hour. You think that'd be something nowadays because it's convenient for people, and we in the time of convenience. But it's like, damn, that didn't even came back yet. But and that's what makes me think they knew they couldn't recreate this stuff, and so they knew they was getting rid of it. But another thing I want to ask is, like, what happened to our ancestors that maybe had been walking on that sidewalk? Why our grandparents? I'm not sure about anyone else's, but mine don't speak on nothing like this because they don't even believe it ever happened. So, like, and if anybody agrees with me and y'all family didn't break that down either, why our family didn't talk about it? It made me wonder if they brainwashed us or something, or they just erased all our memories and then destroyed everything and then hit the reset. That's what it made me feel like. That's what it made me feel like, man.
This video will make you never want to set foot in a wooded area ever again, much less one in the Appalachian Mountains, because that's where this took place. So I'm scrolling on TikTok and I come across a haunting video. Someone is outside of the woods and they see something walking in the woods, I'm assuming, so they start recording, and when they zoom in, just watch.
Hey, what are you doing over there?
Y'all, what is that? Its arms are down to its feet. I hate it. I understand stuff like this is semi-easy to make, but that just doesn't look fake to me. I don't know. It doesn't look fake to me. It scared me. I don't like it. I was already scared of the woods from what I've experienced. I'm good. I'm good. I'm so terrified. What was that? Why did it look like that?
Do you guys remember taking 2 soup cans and a string and making a telephone with your friend? I've made the same kind of thing with solo cups, some metal foil, and a speaker cone spring. But when I put this thing up against my beehive, Have y'all ever heard of anything like this before?
Wait for it. Come on. It's creepy as too. I hear it. Oh my God. What the f?
I think they said that was Hampton Beach.
I was born, raised, and still live in the Appalachian Mountains. Growing up here, you experience a lot of things. And you also hear a lot of stories of different things that different people have experienced. Out of all the things that I've experienced myself and all the stories I've heard in real life and here on TikTok, the creature that my parents have encountered at completely different time periods in life is different than anything I've ever heard before. I gotta tell y'all these stories. I'll start off with my dad's encounter because it happened first. My dad, before he ever even met my mom, he was walking down the road to a friend's house. And he heard something over in the creek making a whole bunch of noise. Pitch black dark outside, you know, there's no street lights out in the rural areas. So he just keeps on walking and this thing is following him. He said it was out of sight, but it was loud enough that he knew it was there. So he goes to his friend's house, he stays for a while. He told his buddy, you know, that something was following him. He didn't think nothing else about it. He went on and headed back home. The next day, those same people, they asked my dad, buddy, what the did you bring to my house last night? They said, because after you left, this white ape came running out of the woods. And trigger warning, this is awful. But this white gorilla, ape, whatever it is, grabs all three of their dogs one by one and throws them through the door so hard that they smacked the wall in the back of the house. The dogs all lived, they were all yelping. And they said it happened so fast they didn't even know what was going on. And mind you, the two men, he said, were pretty questionable and you didn't know whether to believe what they said or not. But he said their mom was incredibly trustworthy, a very holy woman and never lied about anything. And she said she seen the exact same thing. Fast forward 10 years down the road, my mom meets my dad. I think they're still dating at this time, I'm not really sure. But they're driving down Buck Creek. My mom said she looked over in her mirror and she saw a white creature come out of the woods. She said it was solid white, probably about 7 foot tall. It was taller than my dad. She said it looked like a man, but it stood like a gorilla. She said it was standing in the middle of the road with its arms like this on the ground in front of it, you know, like a gorilla stance. And she said in one motion, one swift motion, jumped from the road onto the bank into the woods and it was gone. And my parents didn't tell me this one, but my aunt, who has passed away now, always told me about a huge white monkey looking into her trailer window one day. She said it was so tall that it had to bend over, and she said it had solid blue eyes. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Have you guys heard Leviathan may be here? Leviathan may be in the sea. If you haven't heard of Leviathan, Leviathan is a serpent that was created by God. There were two Leviathans, but God destroyed one and fed it to the righteous. You can read in the book of Psalms. There's scripture also in the book of Job, in the book of Isaiah. And God destroyed one in order to keep order because two Leviathans will wreak havoc on all the earth. They would create too much chaos. But it was created to show the true power of God over all his creation. And it is a very, very powerful being. And it will come to light. It will come out soon to be. It is a end times revelation, and people have been talking about it lately. We're not sure if people have been truly like noticing signs of Leviathan or not, how legitimate it is. However, I think it is definitely prophetic that people have been bringing this up now, and this has been a big topic. It is definitely prophetic, and it is signs of the times for sure. Not even sure if you've seen the video of all the orcas like screaming and washing up on shore, trying to get out of the ocean. Everyone's like, what is wrong? This has never happened before. This isn't normal. And then what are those fish? I forgot. The fish that lives like 3,000 feet below in the darkness and is washing up on shore. It literally slipped my mind, but it's just some weird phenomenons happening, and people are just saying these are signs of Leviathan, possibly. So what do you guys think? Have you guys seen anything else? Is this all new to you? Like, let me know what you guys think.
Has Leviathan awoken? Let me know. I don't know.
So I'm here in New Jersey for Memorial Day weekend. There was a shooting on Seaside boardwalk in New Jersey, and they closed the whole boardwalk down. Welcome to New Jersey, people.
Yo, so I'm dead ass not gonna lie. I'm at Seaside right
right now, as y'all can see. If y'all, y'all know I'm at Seaside when y'all see this moment. Anyway, so I'm at Seaside right now, and pretty much, yo, tell me why, like, there's a whole crowd of motherfuckers started running. There was a shooting, bro. Oh my God, there was a shooting. People were falling in front of me. I want to see hundreds of people rushing towards me. I turned back. I said, like a movie, bro. I felt like a tsunami was coming to get me, and it was these. Oh my God. Nah. It was gonna stampede, bro. And then people was falling in front of me. I was dead jumping over them and dead dodging them, bro. Like, because people was not running. Like, there was some people that they was like dead just walking. So I was like, I didn't want to push anybody or whatever. So I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna cap.
What's going on, Jersey? Damn.
Now your kids can finally meet Grandma, thanks to the My First Seance playset. Only from Fisher.
Does seem to be some kind of a massive cover-up of something. The earliest pictures we have of like these big cities are like from like the 1850s, and they're these massive cities, and they look very similar than they do today, actually, except for more grain-looking, massive buildings, and there's like hardly any people out on the streets, like nobody. And sometimes, in many cases, it looks like muddy streets, and it's like, okay, so where are all the people at? It's very odd to have a giant city like that with no people. And then when you start to see people later in, like, sometimes you have these early videos of like these cities like Paris and London, and all the people are dressed really nice, like dressed to the nines, like aristocrat looking people. And then you're like, there's just something so off about this. Like I can't really kind of put my finger on it, but something's really off. And then you start to see the orphan train thing, and you're like, okay, so wait a minute, these things have to be related. And that's why I started to make the connections, like, wait a minute, the people who are dressed like that were not working in factories, right? They weren't working in fields, they weren't working in factories. These people look very rich. So maybe the pictures with nobody in them in these big cities, maybe the orphan trains were related to the fact that they needed people to go work in the factories. And then if you go look in more old pictures, kids working in factories, kids working in fields, kids doing all these random jobs. And then you see the insane asylums. Okay, so between like 1860 and 1929 in America, there's 250,000 kids on orphan trains. Again, the population is much bigger now. That number is huge now. It's way bigger then. And then there was 150,000 people in insane asylums. Okay, so the math actually makes sense, like that, were these the parents of these kids? And then the kids get shipped all around the world, all around the country, at least here. And I know it was a worldwide thing. And then you see like the things. So there's like 0 insane asylums now. There was like 1,500 of them in like 1900. There's like 0 orphanages now. Like all these things that are just, they don't have them anymore. And if you go look at the buildings that were prisons, orphanages, and insane asylums, and they're all these massive castle style looking buildings. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
It seems very clear that, to me at this point, that those buildings were repurposed. Because you would not build a castle and then turn it into a prison. You would not build a castle and then turn it into a insane asylum or an orphanage. Because they don't look like that. Like, why would you spend that much money doing that unless it was already there and they needed use for it, and that's what they chose to use it for? If you believe kind of the mud flood story, and even if you don't believe, if you're not a Christian, you don't believe in the whole little season idea, you have to believe that the controllers, or whoever you want to call them, literally burned cities down, murdered people, threw people into insane asylums to hide stuff. They literally burned down the best buildings you've ever seen, that we've never seen, I guess now. You know, the best buildings ever created in order to hide something. So what could they be hiding? I think what seems very clear and obvious, it's something you could not even imagine. Like, it's bigger than you could even imagine. Because that's the only reason people would do that. Right? Am I wrong? I mean, like, you're talking about a worldwide thing that this happened in order to cover up something. And the history books don't write about the reason for all the mud. They don't write about all this stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing deeper. This is like the very bottom of the rabbit hole. There's nothing deeper than Little Season, than what happened in the 1800s and 90s. There's nothing deeper than this, because this explains everything.
I had a question earlier about what, did they erase our memories or something? I didn't know that they had insane asylums, 1,500 of them. and they had the orphan train. See, I'm new to that, bro. I'm new to that, and I don't care if today's the first time I say that, and somebody else has known this for 20 years. What does it do for you? What does it do for me? Nothing. All I know is I'm learning right now. I didn't got something else to dive deeper with, and I love that, man. That feeling right there just makes me feel so much. I don't know how to even explain it, but y'all like that feeling, man. And that's something I'm gonna look into, because something I said, now I gotta take that back and go look. And it's like, okay, but man, it makes too much sense, bro. It makes too much sense. Let me know what y'all think. How y'all feeling, man? Collective, talk to me, cause that one right there just got it all going for me. I felt that one. I like that though. It's messed up, but damn.
Bro, look at the size of that thing, bro. Nature's amazing. You might be asking yourself, what is this? Why is it so big? That's a moth. That's a Cecropia moth, native to North America. You see the size of that thing? Imagine you just walking. Can you imagine just walking down the street? Or you go hiking on some MB activities type stuff, and this lands on you. You never seen something this big. You never seen something like that. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. But when I tell you, my stomach would be in my ass if this was to land on me. Nature's amazing. It's beautiful. But it's scary as hell.
Man, that I ain't never heard that before, but that just cracked me up. Oh man, that was funny. That was funny. Yeah, what y'all doing? I didn't think of it landing on me on a hike. I thought, like, you know, moths end up in the house. My grandmother, she shook of moths. If a moth come in the house, she ain't letting the house sleep. Until that moth is no longer, that's when the house can go back to bed. That's when the house can take themselves back to their rooms and go to sleep. But if it ended in the house, that's what I was gonna ask y'all. Like, how y'all reacting? You see a big moth like that in your house? How you going? What you doing? You gonna get scared? Like, yeah. I wonder how fast they can fly. I wonder I wonder if they bite. I wonder about all that, man. But y'all let me know. But you know we made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos a week, man. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, it helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger. It helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But Collective, I love y'all. I hope y'all having a smooth 7. Man, be cool out here. And until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what